Welcome back, Ethan, Dad, Michaela, everyone else watching. So, before today's video really gets going, I wanted to do a recap. This is a good jumping in point for anyone new to this series because we just completed a major story arc. So, here is the story so far. I play a character named Tony, and he was alive in 2077. That's the year nuclear bombs fell in this game world. When the bombs fell, I took my wife and child to a fallout shelter, where we were frozen for 210 years. During that time, my wife was shot, and my son was kidnapped. When I defrosted, I came out to find an irradiated wasteland filled with raiders and super mutated creatures. My service robot, Codsworth, survived and is now living in a settlement I founded. Also, a man named Preston heads up a militia that tries to defend the settlements. One such settlement is Ten Pines Bluff, and they said that they were being attacked by raiders living in the Corvega factory. So I went there and cleared them out, and that is the big mission that I've just finished. I now want to report back to Ten Pines and tell them I succeeded, and they're safe. Long term, I also want to find my son and avenge my wife. The issue right now is that my character, Tony, doesn't have any idea what to do about that. A fortune teller named Mama Murphy has told me to go to Diamond City to look for help. I'm not sure my character puts much faith in fortune tellers or seers who can see the future. However, in this game world, these kind of fantastical things actually do work. So eventually I will end up in Diamond City, but not now. The game is being played in survival mode, which makes things harder and more deadly. The main consideration is that I have to take care of eating and drinking and sleeping. Also, nobody is a bullet sponge in this version of the game. Just 2 or 3 shots is enough to kill anyone, me or NPCs. I am also trying to make this a no-death playthrough, but I've died twice anyway. Not bad though. We pick up right now with me walking to Ten Pines Bluff to report the good news that the raiders are dead. However, as you're about to see, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's watch. Well, guys, just a pause from the fast forwarding. I'm following my, I don't know if you can even see it, but on the navigation compass down below, the center of the bottom screen, I have a little pip there that shows the direction I'm supposed to be heading. And you can see it's moving me right through the drive-in with this big drive-in theater screen. There it is, Starlight Drive-In. So I was thinking I was going to take my box and dump it in at Ten Pines Bluff, and maybe I still will, but there's no more of me pretending like I don't know about Starlight Drive-In. My character has now had to move right through it. So I really don't have a choice at this point. Now let's just see, does the cooking station have any loot? No. Any bad guys? Vats thinks there's a mine. Way over there. Well, I don't want to shoot that mine.
Like a movie was showing when the bombs fell.
Oh, I heard something.
Hostile life signs.
Next. No. Oh, I can't shoot him. I'm out of... Oh, look at you. Hey, little buddy. Love me some power armor. Alright, so, cool things about the Starlight Drive-In. First of all, you're going to find these skeletons all over the place. And in the normal game, you can't do anything about it. Those skeletons are just there. Now, you might be able to pick them up. Some of the skeletons can be pickable, uppable. Not that one, I guess. Some of them you might be able to pick up and move, or... Wow! If you get Scrap Annoying Things, it's a mod that I have installed in this game. Scrap Annoying Things, when you get control of the settlement, will actually highlight skeletons and let you scrap them. And maybe we should do that right now. Let's... Do I think I can get across the way without getting killed? Does that say? Okay, let's try it. I better save. Okay. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. And I'll show you 2 ways that you can actually do this. Okay, do I have control? I do. Okay. So once you get control of this settlement, normally you could scrap something like a van. Great. You can even scrap these speakers. Great. If you have scrap annoying things, you can scrap 2 extra things. One is these mounds. They call them ambushes. These are where the mole rats come out. Those things will eventually go away on their own, but it takes like a month. Like in-game time, it takes like a month. But the other thing that you can scrap if you have scrap annoying things mod is a skeleton. Like that. Now, I said there were a couple ways you could get rid of the skeletons that are blanketing this area. There's like 8 skeletons all around this parking lot. I think that's another one right there. There's another way to get rid of the skeletons. If you're playing the game, you're in vanilla, you're like, the skeletons are driving me crazy, you want them gone. Really, your only choice is to just kick them to the edge of your settlement bounds. If you're in completely vanilla game, like just you have only the game or only the game and the DLC, the official DLC. If you have nothing else, those might be your only 2 choices. Well, no, I guess you could probably go into the console. Let's see here. That would be, what would that be? It would be the tilde key. Puts you into the console, and you could probably do that trick that I've been doing for beds, where you would point at a skeleton, get its ID, type in disable, and if the skeleton vanishes, then you would type mark for delete, and the skeleton would be gone. Okay, so I guess that's another way you could get rid of the skeletons, and you could do that in vanilla without needing any mods. But if you have the scrap annoying things mod, that'll get rid of skeletons. And then there is a third way. I want to try and show you that third way right now. In glass. Sure. Alright, gang. I think I've got all the materials for this now. Let's try this. A second way. No. Structures, miscellaneous. Mr. Tidy. Oh, I leveled up from that. That's so cool. Mr. Tidy is a mod that I've talked about a couple times already. And Mr. Tidy will also clean up all the skeletons in a settlement. Mr. Tidy is a mod. I think it's literally called the Mr. Tidy robot or the Mr. Tidy mod. So you can look that one up if you want. Or the Tidy robot. That's another way you can clean up the settlement. Now, there is a difference though. If you have scrap annoying things and you walk up to a skeleton and you scrap it, you might have seen as I was scrapping the 2 skeletons that I already scrapped, that when you scrap a skeleton, you get 5 bone out of it, I believe is what you get. So you get a little bit of materials. If you use Settlement Tidy Bot and you send it out to clean up your settlement, you'll get no bone. It doesn't scrap them like that. It just makes the body vanish, I believe. But I'm okay with that because I don't need a lot of bone. So let's set this little dude up. Change the tidying area. I always make it tidy everything within range. Return. I also want it to pick up stray weapons. Okay, turn that on. Begin tidying. Now, there's another reason I want to put Mr. Tidy down. White means it's set up but not doing anything. It should go to blue now. Blue means it's scanning, and it's going to put together a path to all the skeletons or other lame objects it wants to get rid of. And then green will mean it's doing its thing. If you leave a settlement while it's in white or blue, it kind of stops it from doing whatever it wants, and it just resets and comes back here. But if you leave a settlement while it's green, it will stay busy while you're gone, and it will just clean and clean while you're gone. It'll get everything cleaned up. Everything will be cleaned up for you. Okay, so it's now busy cleaning out those skeletons, but I did want to say one other thing about Settlement Tidy Bot. that I've been longing to tell you guys ever since we got, what is it, Trudy's Diner? Drumlin Diner, I believe, is like right over here. We can't quite see it, but it's literally like, I just run. Will I see the edge of Drumlin Diner here? Isn't it like right there? There are some cars, and that's the big, like, trailer truck that's right next to Drumlin, but I don't see the Drumlin Diner itself. That's odd. Why do I not see it? Oh, there it is. Okay, great. Alright, so that's Drumlin. And Drumlin Diner, as you guys know, because I've been whining about it, Drumlin Diner has some bodies. First of all, it has a skeleton next to a medical kit or medical box, first aid box. But then it also has two bodies that I really didn't want to have as bodies. It has a Simone and Simone's boss. I can't remember his name right now. I want to call him Maximilian. I have no idea what he's called. But the two chem dealers, the chem dealer and his guard, they're over there, and I killed them. Didn't want to, but I had to. And those two bodies are important corpses that never go away. And you might want to keep their corpses around because whenever there's a cell reset, which is where the game will go through an area of the game and just repopulate it and replenish it and make sure everything's still working. Whenever there's a cell reset, Simone and her boss will have their gear put back on their persons, even if they're naked. Like you stripped all their gear off of them and their bodies are naked. They'll still fill up with gear, including their armor and stuff. It just won't be put on them, so they'll still look naked, but they'll have gear. And so you can run up to their bodies, and you can get extra gear off of them every time the cell resets. So for a lot of people, they don't want to get rid of those bodies because they're like, endless loot, we'll take it. But I'm good enough at this game, and this game has so much loot in it, I don't need them around. And in fact, what I really prefer is to have a really nice Drumlin Diner. And I have a mod that should let me, like, soup up Drumlin Diner. We're going to soup it up. There's a mod, I think it's called, whatever Trudy's son is, the reason that the chem dealer and Trudy had a fight, and the reason that I had to shoot the chem dealer, is that the chem dealer was drugging her son, whose name I've forgotten. And so right now over there in Drumlin Diner is Trudy and her son. And one of the complaints about the game is that Trudy and her son, although they will take over the diner, and that's a nice thing that you get out of this whole interaction with them, is there's now Trudy's there and she'll sell to you. But her son never gets better. He just sits in the corner and he just sort of hunches over and he never does anything. And he can stay that way even if you played the game for hundreds of hours. He's still like that. He never changes. There is a mod that makes Trudy's Diner look more lived in, and it even makes her son look better. And it's sort of, it's nice, like you get to see him in recovery from being addicted to drugs and stuff. And the diner itself starts to look more like, almost like a fortress. And the diner gets a little garden and stuff. And I'll install that mod at some point whenever it feels like roleplay would dictate that they've secured the diner and it's really coming along and humming along. And we'll make it look a little bit more lived in. But because I want to do stuff like that, I do want to get rid of the chem dealer bodies and actually make this place look like it's reasonable, like it's moving on. The world is recovering and things are getting better. So, anyway, why did I bring up Drumlin Diner? Why do I care about it? Well, your settlement tidy bot right here, the one that I've just sent out to clean up the skeletons, if you tell it to clean up not only your settlement, but to go outside of the settlement boundaries. It won't go very far outside of the boundaries, but it will go a little ways outside of the boundaries. It'll clean up like a nearby skeleton. If you take this and you move it,
Find the Geiger counter.
you move it to the very edge of your settlement. Let's see if I can show you where the edge is. In fact, I think that's my little robot right there. I think I just saw some movement right at the edge of my screen. Yeah, there it is. There he goes. He's already outside of my settlement boundaries right now. He's cleaning stuff up already outside of the boundary area. You can see him there. But if I take his base, his station, and I move it right here to the edge and I place it down, then it will go all the way over to the Drumlin Diner and clean up the diner too. So it will get rid of the skeleton there. It will get rid of the chem dealer bodies there. It will get rid of any other body that might have fallen over there. I intend to do that. I'm not going to do it right now, but I mean, this is a good start. I just stumbled across Starlight Drive-In, and I'm just getting started with this settlement, so I don't have any intentions to start messing with Drumlin Diner yet. But it is kind of interesting that there are all these solutions out there, and in fact, a lot of longtime players don't even know about these solutions. Some longtime players are like, well, I played it once, I'm not going to play it again, or I played it vanilla, I don't want to play it with mods. But there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can get that will help you to have a settlement that, like, seems more realistic, seems lived in, seems like you're cleaning it up, seems like the Commonwealth is recovering and getting better. And I find a lot of that stuff to be really cool. That skeleton needs to be cleaned up by my settlement Tidybot. My little Tidybot is so busy outside the borders, he's not taking care of the inside of the borders. Come on, little guy, where are you? Alright. I can clean this up and I can get bone. I can get bone for this skeleton if I clean it up myself. This one too. But I told my little guy to clean up, and I'm going to expect him to clean up. I'll come back and check. I'll check and see if those skeletons are actually gone in a couple of minutes. Another nice thing, and when you saw me do this in Red Rocket, and I'm probably going to do it here as well. But see this truck? Let's get out of scrapping. So this truck right here, I don't think you can do anything with it. First of all, it's outside of the settlement bounds, so you can't scrap it. But also, I believe it's embedded into the landscape. It's part of the landscape, and so it's not moving, and you can't get rid of it unless you're willing to break pre-combines, which I'm not. However, that truck down there, and I think this yellow-orange car are loose. I believe. Don't hold me to that. But I think you are loose. And I think you are as well. And that's interesting. Because what that means is I should be able to throw down a gun. Now, generally it needs to be a pipe rifle that you throw down. But let me just throw down my 10mm just real quick. I just want to see if the 10mm will do anything. Just gonna confirm that this is loose. It can. Look at that move. Okay. Oh, but it doesn't want to move very much, does it? Yeah, I really need the pipe rifle. So, when you have a loose car like this... Well, there it goes a little bit. Come on. Nope. When you have a loose car like this, you can use guns to push them around. I really got to go get the pipe rifle. And if you push them around, you can push them into your settlement, which is what I did at Red Rocket. And once they're in your settlement, you can scrap them. And in fact, I got a cargo buddy right here. Hey, buddy. Do you have a pipe rifle? You have so many weapons. Pipe rifle. Just one. Okay. Drop you. Alright, let's see if you work, little buddy. Alright, let's see if we can mess with this now. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. I don't know why pipe rifles do it and nothing else does. But you know, I'm happy about it.
Mother Nature never ceases to amaze. Through all the post-war devastation, the sunrise is still quite impressive.
I'm impressed that you, as a computer program, are impressed. Okay. That is not in settlement bounds yet. I gotta keep pushing. Oh, there it goes. This is super dangerous to do if you're not in power armor, because if you just bump this, if you just accidentally you bump into the car while you're moving it around, you die. It's so silly. Okay, that's in settlement bounds. We can scrap that car now. This cannot be scrapped. It doesn't move at all. Yeah, it doesn't move. I think that there's a truck way down there that can also be moved. I think. But that takes forever. And I am not interested. And that was an explosion from something. Is that my little summit robot pissing somebody off? Oh no, it's people right there. Who's that? Who's that? Ooh, look at that. He's got a skull next to his name. Oh, he would kill me. But they're not red, they're friendly. In fact, if he's a scavenger, he might sell to me. Maybe if I get close to him, he's gonna pull a gun. Let's just see. Oh, and there's gunfire over here. Well, that gunfire's over. Hey, buddy, are you hostile?
Hey, Scaver. Let's trade.
Cool.
Let's see what you got.
Oh, he's got real stuff. Yes. I'm paying through the teeth for this right now. I'm not in charisma mode, so I'm paying way too much, but I'm just so excited there's a dude here I could trade with. I'm just gonna take his stuff. Thanks, man. Accept. Yes. I love it. It's a friendly dude in the world that didn't shoot at me. Okay, anyway, let's go back to what we were doing. We were doing the cars. I was saying that you can push the cars around here and get them into your settlement and scrap them. This is one of them. And you getting scrapped. So you can try to clear out the road in front of Starlight, at least a little bit. You can't get all the cars there. Some of them won't move, but you can get a lot of the cars. Oh, my girlfriend is back. Alright, guys. I'm probably going to talk to my girlfriend for a little bit and wrap up. So, let me just get rid of these. Hey, babe. Let me just get rid of this junk. If you can scrap all the barrels in Starlight, the radiation goes away. As you can see, all of a sudden, it's not beeping anymore. My Geiger counter is done. Come on, little robot. Get off of that cone. Thank you. Okay. That is now safe to put anything in. For example, if you wanted to put in a water filter, you can put a water filter in here, and it should be just fine. Okay. I got more to scrap. There's cars over there. There's cars here. I'm going to try and keep the tables if I can. I can't keep this table. It's got boards in the way, so I can't put benches down. That's got to go. But that table does not have boards in the way. I can put actual benches down there and keep that table. I can scrap the trees too. Scrap a lot of other stuff. I'm gonna wrap up now. When we come back, I'm gonna scrap more here, then go to 10 Pines, and I'm probably gonna drop all my gear at 10 Pines. Maybe I'll drop a little bit here in Starlight, but not a lot. Alright guys, thanks for watching. More later.